Hello folks, just a bit of a chat really tonight. Um, yeah, grandson's goes back home tomorrow, so I'm going to lose tomorrow for painting really. To be a bit quiet without him. So yeah, tomorrow's sort of out of the week for painting. So I just thought to give you a quick catch up. Today I've not done much, unfortunately. The 4 o'clock getting up in the morning crippled me, and it didn't do me any good. It starts creating other issues for my health as well when I get like that. So I'm not done much today. This evening I'm just going to sit and potter around, cleaning some more figures up, ready for priming on Friday, so I can get stuck into the rest of this stuff for the pillage rules. Not tomorrow, Friday, I'll probably do a review on a packet of the foundry figures. I know they've been around for a while, but I'll do a review on that packet. Probably people have already done it on YouTube, but I should do it myself anyway. So there's that. But I thought I'd chat to you about paints. Now, over the years, I've used a number of paints from the early beginnings of foundry, well, not foundry, but Games Workshop Citadel paints, the very first issue of them, right through to up to modern day. As they stand at the moment, some of the paints colours I use from them, but not many. Sort of lost touch with the colours that they do now, since they went to the triad stuff a few years back, and then contrasts come into it and other stuff. So to be fair, I'm totally bamboozled how all that works. I've same said, it's not very often I go and get GW stuff anyway, so to be fair, I'm out of touch with them. Now the vallejo colours, I used them when they first came out. Thought they were great, bee's knees, and in some respects they are, but now they've changed the formulation. They've gone to this new stuff. They're drying a pure matte, and it's really good if you like that sort of thing. Again, the ranges are so large, you don't really have to mix any colours, which you know which ones lay over top of each other. I do like them, but for me they're not very kind towards your brush, or I'm finding they're not very kind towards your brush. So I still use the odd 1 or 2 colours for them that you can't find in other ranges, or for specific paint jobs I'm doing. So there's that. The Vallejo Air, Model Air, I used to use that, and got a few of them lying around, and as you see from a previous video, I use them to mix into PVA for when I'm basing. So there's those. The 2 thin coats, got the first wave of them. It took me ages to build it up, because I can't afford to buy into these things. So I'm finding them okay. The only thing is, obviously, some of the consistency of the paint that comes through the dropper bottles. It's hard to gauge whether you're getting a little globule of it out or get a big spurt out. It's a bit annoying. So I've got those coat arms. I think they've improved somewhat since when they were first coming out, because they used to be quite watery and thin, and I think the pigmentation has been slightly changed in them over the past few years, because the coverage is a bit better than I remember. They've always been kind to your brush. They thin out really well when you use water into them, or whatever you use to thin your paints out, so I'm finding them lovely to use. And I've started dropping back to using a lot of colours from the foundry triad system. I bought into these when they first came out, and I've still got some of them left. I mean, some of them now I've got to the stage where they start to dry up. I've got to replace them, and some colours I've just basically used till they're empty. But yeah, I do love them. They work off the palette well. Again, they're kind to the brush. So for me, the coat arms and And the foundry paints at the moment are the ones that I'm tending to be using with a little bit of the two thin coats. I'm still building up the colours from coat arms. I got rid of a load of them, or I use a load of them, never replace them. So at the moment I'm steadily building the colours back up from there. They do a fantasy range, which you can use for historical. They do a World War II range. Now, I'm not very au fait on how authentic those colours are, but they're ideal for using the drab colours for ancients and, you know, early Dark Age, you know, what, medieval period, whatever they call it now. Pretty good for that. And they do a normal historical range, I think it's called, or ancient colours or whatever it is. And again, they're just normal natural colours. The whole lot, you know, work together really well. I tend to find that they work quite well with foundry, as well as, you know, the combination between the two. So yeah, quite enjoying them. The only problem is storage, because of the larger wide base bottles, but it is what it is. You have to work around it. So paints wise, just lately I'm dropping onto coat arms. I use some of the old Citadel washers, these ones, before they changed them to the new recipe. I don't know whether all of them have gone down to this new one with a slight gloss to them. I don't know. I just think, as far as I know, it's non-oil and flesh tone that's changed. But if you want the matte finish ones, drop to the two thin coats. They're pretty good. I find them they cover really well. So, like I said, at the moment I tend to be dropping to the foundry and a coat de arms with the odd one or two thin coats, unless it's something specific that I've already used for, like Scotch bonnets and stuff like that. I use a certain recipe that I've got with the vallejo paints. So I've used AK Interactive 3G. They're really nice paints. Again, can be a bit difficult to get hold of. Got quite a few of them, but it's not very often I drop to them. I don't know why. I should do really, but yeah. But same as say at the moment, quite content using the coat arms. And here comes the yawn. Oh, sorry, I wish I weren't so tired all the time. It's not a video without yawning anyway. So yeah, keep dropping to those. I'm quite happy to do that. The thing is, my brush that I've been using is on its way out, so touch wood, I'll be able to order some more in a couple of weeks. But anybody, I keep saying this and I will keep saying it, anybody who happens to come across this and does paint brushes and wants to send me some for me to test drive and give my honest opinion, contact me below, or however the way you're supposed to do it over here, and let me know. I'll gladly try them, use them, but I will give my honest opinion. If they're good, they're good. If they're naff, I'll say they're naff. So don't be offended. It's just the way I work. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to at the moment. Same as say, rest of this week, it'll be concentrating on the pillage stuff. I'll probably do the odd one or two figures, or do bits on the odd one or two figures in between, just to every now and then give me a break. But yeah, so that's what I've got planned for this week. So rest of this week, there's not much left of it, to be fair. Yes, good cup of tea, the good old Yorkshire tea. I've got to agree with Mr. Peach. It's got to be Yorkshire tea or no tea at all. But that's my personal opinion. But yeah, so that's the end of the ramblings. And I'll try and get something up tomorrow if possible. If not, you'll see me back on Friday. Now, the other thing, I did accidentally delete the live footage from when I went live, and all I can do is apologise for that. I have said many a time that it's all new to me, this is. So unfortunately I've deleted it. I will be going live again with a different angle. Hopefully it'll work. I'm still restricted on what I get. I'm looking into getting a different stand as well, so hopefully I'll be able to do things a bit better. But until then, folks, thanks very much. I'll catch up with you on Friday or at the weekend. But from me, happy hobbying. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and all of that jazz. Take care, folks. Goodbye.